Hello everyone, this is Leila here, and I am going to share with you my beautiful stitch that I learned a long time ago. It was about maybe 22 years ago, like in 1990s. And I remember the lady, elderly person, my grandmother's associate of some kind, that we visited, and she showed me this. She was doing this stitch, and honestly I was so fascinated that I just memorized it right away. She showed me how it's done, and when I came home I made a little sample for myself and write down in the words how I would do it, because even for someone like me who loves so much diagrams and schemes, even I was not able to record these in diagram. I mean, there was no rules or something. I don't know how to actually handle this. However, I remember it, and at that time I did not have video, but I had it written, and it was not enough, and so I always was afraid, what if I forget? And I love this stitch. I made lots of nice projects. I made lots of children's jackets. I even made one jumpsuit for a little girl, and I did sweaters, jackets, and then, like I say, I love this stitch. I loved it so much, and I even gave the name. It's a crocodile rib stitch. So now I'm very grateful that I have a video and I can record this, and when I become an old lady I wouldn't have the fear that, oh my god, I lost my favorite crocodile rib stitch. Okay. Alright, let me do this now. Let me share how am I doing it. Now it's better to do this way. You see this how nicely goes. It is pretty much look alike rib stitch, English rib stitch, okay, and it best fits on this kind of stitches. It is like simple ribs, okay, so that's why I prepared simple rib here. And now I am starting the pattern. By the way, this is a back. This is the back of the pattern, okay, so pattern actually starts from here. See, we should start doing our pattern from here, and it has 4 rows, and actual textile you get on front if you start from back. Okay, let me do it, and you'll understand what I mean. Okay, this is my back. See how I know? Those are my pearls, see? And this is my front. See how nicely you can see those stitches. Okay, first stitch I never knit, and the first stitch I will not knit either. I will move my working yarn on front of the left knitting needle and move both of these stitches on, excuse me, one stitch and one yarn over to the right knitting handle. Okay, this one I simply will do as purl. This is a purl, and I will continue this to the end. Okay, I will not knit. I simply will yarn over and move to the other needle. See, and I will knit the purl. And this is our first row. I always knit the last stitch, but never the first one. Okay, Okay, at the next row again I will move the first stitch, and now I have stitches, right? Knit stitches. Now this one I will knit as a purl, and another one with the yarn over I will again move from one needle to another, and I will add another yarn over. So I have 2 yarn overs. Next one stitch, knit stitch, I will knit as a purl. Next one again I will move on the next yarn, and now I have 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch, and I will continue this to the end. Okay, the third row here I will knit, see, remember those this, now you get this cluster where you had those 2 yarn overs, remember them? Now you have 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch, and I will knit them as a knit stitch. Next one will be purl. Okay, 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch will be knit stitch. Again, next one will be the purl. 2 yarn overs, this little cluster with a stitch will be knit stitch, and next one will be the purl. Okay. This was the third row, okay? And now we almost see it already start taking the shape. See? This is such a darling knit, such a darling stitch. Okay, and this is our 4th row, and we do knit on knit and purl on purl, knit on knit and purl on purl. Okay, if we would like to continue and do more crocodile skin stitch, look how pretty is that. Okay, all right, I'll do this again. So make sure that I'm doing this right and showing it to you right. Okay, the first one I will do yarn over, and this is my knit stitch, and second one is purl, and I'm doing the purl again. On my knit stitch I'm doing yarn over and just skipping, I'm not knitting it, and this one I am purling, and just like that until to the end. Okay, oops, sorry, I was supposed to do this purl here. Okay, and here yarn over, purl, yarn over, purl, and knit the last stitch. Now I will go ahead, remove the first stitch, alright, this is our second row, and the first stitch we simply move, we don't knit, and wherever I see this stitch, knit stitch, I will make purl on it. See underneath of it how it made nice purl. Okay, another one with yarn over stitch. I will not knit again. Okay, I just move this with another yarn over to the other needle and purl. See, now I have 2 yarn overs, and I will purl, yarn over and then purl, yarn over and purl, yarn over and purl, over, purl, yarn over, and we knit last stitch. Okay, and our third row will be the row where we knit 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch together, and do 1 purl, 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch together, and do 1 purl, and like this until the end of the row. Okay, and the fourth row is the simplest row. I love this one, it's the easiest one. And the first one we do not knit, and knit stitch on knit stitch and purl on purl, knit stitch on knit stitch and purl on purl. Okay, all right. Okay, this is the finished pattern, and I love it. I simply love it. It looks like elastic from the back, and it looks like a crocodile skin from front. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed crocodile skin rib stitch, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I've done lots of projects in this stage. I did children's jumpsuits, I did sweaters, jackets, so I wish you all the best and all the luck, and make lots of them, stitch lots of it, and you only can get better. Alright then, everyone, thanks for listening.